I was fortunate enough to go to Stray Kids' DominATE tour in Chicago, and I had the best time ever. It was my second concert and my first K-pop concert. I had no idea what to expect, but I had a great time. If you've never been to a K-pop concert and you're wondering what to expect, what can I prepare for, stay tuned because I'm gonna tell you everything I did for Stray Kids and what can help you out in the future. The first and most important thing that probably anyone will tell you is your concert bag. You have to look at the venue's regulations to see what size bags that they allow and if it has to be a clear bag. Thankfully, Wrigley Field didn't have a clear bag policy, so I was able to bring one I already had. This is the bag I brought, and it's a shoulder bag from Urban. I would recommend leaving a lot of extra space just in case you get a lot of freebies, because the last thing you want is to get all your freebies squished. Now, I wouldn't necessarily recommend a shoulder bag. I think I would prefer a crossbody bag just so you can carry it better and you don't have to worry about anyone taking anything out of it, which isn't really a problem at concerts, more if you're walking around the city, which is what we did. But some essentials that you need to have in your bag is a fan. This is the one I brought. It can even attach to your belt if you have a keychain. I got mine off of Amazon. It has 3 settings, so it's really, really powerful. And it saved my life because we were sweating. We also had those neck fans that I probably wore for like the entire time. You also want to bring cash. Even if you are planning on paying card, if you're gonna get merch, bring cash, because usually you can't bring a water bottle into venues, and there were a lot of people selling waters outside of the venue while we were waiting in line, and they only took cash. Also, I'd recommend Loops earplugs. I use them all the time. They're my favorite. If you want to invest a little bit more, you can get the Experience Plus, which offers an extra level of protection. If you're not familiar with Loops, I recommend checking them out. This is not sponsored, by the way, I just really love them. I have the Experience Plus, and this is what they look like. I attach this to my belt as well as the fan. This is what they look like in, and they're not very noticeable. If you want to see the difference between the 2 types of earplugs that they have, this is the 2 different types that you can put on the earplugs. This is the regular one. It's just like a little silicone, I'm pretty sure. And then this one is foam, so you can see that it like keeps its shape a little bit. So as well as the earplugs, I also put these in my bag. You might want to also take some makeup touch-ups just in case. I did, but I didn't actually end up using it. I also took some Advil, and I did take a bottled water just to drink in line. If your bag is big enough, you can probably fit your light stick inside. I didn't have room in my bag for my light stick, so I crocheted a crossbody holder. I wore this under my jacket. This is what it looks like. Here, I can just put it inside. And then I left a little hole at the bottom for the strap, and then there, see, it's a little bag. So this is what I use to carry it. You might want to take some extra batteries for your light stick, especially if you've used it before. Mine was brand new, so I didn't really feel the need to bring any, but it's still a good idea. You also might want to bring some hand sanitizer and some lotion, and that's pretty much all I can think of. Now on to the topic of your outfit. I know that concert outfits are so much fun to put together, but please keep in mind how much you're going to be standing, because you are going to be waiting for a very long time. If you want to sacrifice comfort, that's okay. If anything, wear comfortable shoes. Especially if you're a Stray Kids fan, I recommend investing in Converse because my feet lasted the entire night. There are probably other comfortable stylish shoes out there, like maybe some boots, but I would not recommend wearing flats or heels. Also keep in mind the weather. Is it gonna rain? Do you need an umbrella? Are you gonna be too hot? Do you want to have layers so you can take them off? Stuff like that you really need to think about. The next thing I want to touch on is freebies. I did not make any freebies myself, my friends did, but we had a lot of fun passing them out and getting freebies back, because a lot of people will be like, oh, you're giving us a freebie? Let me give you one too. Which I know is not the point of a concert, but it's really fun. If you want, you can bring a bag with your freebies and then also bring an empty bag to get freebies. We didn't do that. We probably should have, because we had a lot of issues storing our freebies. But this is the bag that we used to store our freebies in, and it might not be the right size for you depending on what your freebies are. Ours were just bracelets, so it fit fine. But I now use this to store my freebies in, and I just want to show you the amount that I got. First of all, I have this bag full of keychains. Here's my bag of little mini stickers. Here are all of the freebie photo cards. I got these really cute hair clips. I have like a printed ticket. Actually, I have 2 printed tickets. 3 printed tickets. One of those is from the cupsleeve event, which I will touch on later. And then I got a bingo sheet. How fun is that? There were also a few freebies that I got that had candies in them, which I ate while sitting in line, and I say sitting because I sat down the entire time, and they saved my life. So I also recommend bringing some candy. Now onto cup sleeve events. Depending on where you're gonna be, a lot of the cities have cup sleeve events either the same day as a concert or a day before. Also not just cup sleeve events, just like K-pop events in general at K-pop stores. We went to a cup sleeve event about, I'd say, a 15-minute walk from Wrigley Field, and there's where we handed out most of our freebies, and that's where we got most of our freebies. It was really packed. I think we got there around 11:30, and that's when they opened. So there was already a line. Inside they had a lot of vendors. There was like a lucky draw thing. I'm not sure if it was for official photo cards, but they also had vendors selling official photo cards and merch and fan-made merch. Also with your drink you get a cup sleeve, which is why it's called a cup sleeve event. But this is what it looks like. It's kind of ripped in areas. The back isn't in the best condition. After the cupsleeve event, we went to get lunch, and then we headed to the stadium directly after that. And I think the way we did it was really smart because we ate right before we stood in line, and so we weren't really that hungry. There also might be a lot of K-pop events in general going on around the city. The day before, we went to a TXT pop-up, and I know that there was also a 17 pop-up happening around the same area. There was also a K-pop store that we went to that was having an event the same day. Now, the day after the concert, we didn't know this, but we were going to go to Kpop Nara, and there was a line out the door wrapped around the block because they were also having an event. So definitely stay updated in what's happening around the area just in case something like that happens. The next thing I want to talk about is when to arrive to the venue. Now at Wrigley Field, the gates opened at 5. I think we got there around 3. And that was actually a really good time to get there. Even though that might seem really early, it worked in our favor because we got in really fast. Like the earlier the better, especially if you want to go get merch, because as soon as the gates opened, we were in less than 5 minutes, and we went straight to the merch line, and we didn't really wait that long. So definitely get there early. Another important thing is transportation. I had never been to Chicago before, and it was a while since I'd taken public transportation. So we had to do a lot of research about what subways to take, what was safe, where to get off, all that kind of stuff. And we figured it out. We took the L, we got a venture card. It all worked out in our favor. But the annoying thing is leaving the stadium. It took such a long time to even get into the station because everyone was taking that line. So if your feet are hurting by the end, you might want to walk a few extra blocks to another station so it might not be as crowded, but it'll probably take the same amount of time. If you are planning on taking a car there, please be mindful that it'll be very crowded when the show ends, and it'll be very hectic. So if you don't want to deal with maneuvering around a whole swarm of people, then you might want to take public transportation. Adding on to the topic of travel, we stayed at a hotel for 3 nights. So we got there the day before the concert, did some sightseeing, did a lot of K-pop shopping, the day of the concert, the day after, which we did more touristy things, and then we left the day after. I'd say it's worth investing in a hotel at least for the night of the concert because you're going to be so tired and so sweaty, and all you want to do is take a shower and go to bed. One thing that saved my life after the concert was Gatorade. And I know that sounds weird, but I literally chugged an entire bottle of Gatorade in probably less than half an hour. And I think that prevented me from getting a headache from lack of hydration. One more thing I want to talk about is the actual concert experience. Some people like to take signs. I wouldn't recommend taking it if you were back in the 100s, but if you're in the pit, then I'd say that'd be okay. A lot of the time venues won't allow anything other than a phone for filming, which worked out fine. I just used the regular camera app. I've heard that you can change your settings in order to make the zoom better, but I think it was fine and I sat in the 200s. There's also an app that I used a little bit that's called XZoomCam, and that's really good for zooming in, especially if you're sitting farther away. Also, don't film the entire time, and if you do want to film the entire time, then don't look through your screen, look above your screen. What I like to do is I like to film right down here, and I just look over and like check periodically that the boys are still on the screen. And I would only use like one hand and like wave my light stick in the other, and I had a blast. Also, if you're going with friends, you can take turn filming. If there's a song that you really like, but you don't want to film it, you can have one of your friends film it for you, which I think we did a really good job balancing that. If you're not going with a friend and you're going by yourself, you'll still have a lot of fun. K-pop fans are really friendly, especially stays. That is all I can think of for this video. If you have anything else you want to ask, please leave it in the comments and I'll try to answer it. And I hope you have a great time at your next concert. Bye!